Do we remember how to do number 1?
Yes.
What do you do? FOIL. Okay, so what does the... I'm not going to ask that question. Never mind. The F stands for FOIL, correct? All right, so, excuse me, the F stands for first. So what is my first in this case? X, and multiply them, and you get X squared. What does the O stand for? Outer, the very, very far ends, the one on the very far left and the one on the very far right. Which ones are those? Yep, 2 and X gives me 2X. And the I stands for enter, the two that are right next to each other, squeezed together in the middle. Negative 3 and X is negative 3X. And then my L stands for last. What's the last here? Perfect, which gives me negative 6. And if you do it correctly, these two guys right here will always combine. What's 2 minus 3? Negative 1, which is just negative. Oh, it's supposed to be minus. Which is a minus X. Y'all okay? All right, one of the things on your quiz today will be number 13. Not the same question, but the same type of question. So is that a function or is that not a function? It is a function. It passes the vertical line test. Bless you. Okay, so would that be... We're not going to talk about that right now. Let's do 16. 16 is standard form. We'll do a review in a minute. All right, there were 3 rules about standard form. Did I remember one of them?
It cannot be
No fraction.
no leading coefficient.
No fraction, no leading negative coefficient, and no GCF
No common GCF.
other than 1. Very good, very good. All right, so we have to get rid of this fraction. Now look, guys, I am going to multiply the entire thing. The entire thing by how much? By 2. Very good. All right, now this is where some of us messed up on our test. You tried to only multiply the fraction by 2. You have to multiply everything by 2. So that'll give you 2y equals, and if you don't know what that is, use your calculator. Parentheses, negative 1 divided by 2, close parentheses, times 2. What do you get? Negative 1 or negative x. And then you have to multiply the 10 by 2. That gives you 20. All right, standard form, you have to have the x and the y on the left-hand side. So you need to do what? There you go. So you get x plus 2y equals, do not divide that by 2 because this is a 1. 1, 2, and 20. The only number that goes into them is 1. Are y'all okay? All right, now watch this. This is not asked of you on the math workshop, but it will be asked of you on the quiz. It's going to ask you to identify A, B, and C. Please do not write A, B, and C, okay? Because I don't know if you're saying A is 1 or if you're saying A is X. Does that make sense to everybody? So please write A equals 1, B equals 2, and C equals 20. No letters. They are just the integers. You got it good? Y'all okay? All right. What about number 17? What would you multiply by to get rid of those fractions? 8. All right. You're on a quiz. You have no idea what 5/8 times 8 is. Parentheses. 5 divided by 8 times 8. And if you're good with fractions, you know that's 5. All right. And then parentheses. Oh. The first one is 5. What, Jonathan? You sure? Okay. All right, so then the next one, 3/4 times 8 would be 6. So 3 divided by 4, and then times 8, and that would give you 6y. Minus 72. Very good, very good. All right, standard form, you got to have the x and the y on the left. Minus the 6, yep. Alright, I don't care that the 6 is negative. I don't care that the 72 is negative. I only care that that 5 in the front is not negative. Y'all okay? Come on, y'all okay? Yeah? Alright, here we go. So, we done with Math Workshop, and here's what I want you to do. I want you to clear everything off your desk except for a pencil and a calculator. And we are going to review our perfect squares first. And then we're going to review for our test. All right, without using your cheat sheet and without using your calculator, what are the perfect squares from 1 through 15? Go.
1, 4, 8,
9, 16,
45,
36, 47,
49, 49, 64,
81, 100, 121, 144, 159, 196, 225.
Okay, how did you know that 169 was a perfect square?
because 13 squared equals 160.
13 squared is 169, or 13 times 13. So, since we are not using our cheat sheet, but you can use your calculator right now because we're still reviewing them, how do I get the next perfect square? 16 times 16, or 16 squared. How much is that?
256.
There you go. The next one's 17.
289.
There you go.
Yeah.
18,
It's 324.
19,
361.
20.
400.
Ooh, we all knew that one, didn't we? All right, 21, 441, 22,
484.
23,
5.
526? No, it's 529.
529. Very good. Let's see, 24, 576. Very good. 625. Are y'all okay? Anybody lost? Okay. No. I figured I've quizzed y'all enough this week. We'll move it to next week. Does that sound okay? All right, we'll move it. We're out Monday. Woohoo! Sleep time. Monday is sleep time and catch up on my Netflix. And Tuesday we'll go over them again, and then we'll test on Wednesday. Okay? It's not very. I mean, it takes like 7 minutes at that, so it's not very long. But I figured I'd given y'all enough things, and I got enough things to grade. So we'll move. Is that okay with y'all? Move it to Wednesday. Are y'all okay? Few of us are. Okay, let's review for our quiz today. You ready? All right. Let's talk about one-to-one versus on-to. What is the difference between one-to-one versus on-to? So, is a parabola one-to-one or on-to? It is on-to because it's got y values that repeat, right? What about...
The straight line.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to do, Jared. What about that one?
It's
That is a
1-to-1.
It's one-to-one. Are y'all okay? Because none of the y values repeat. Yep. What if I were to give you f of x equals 3 minus x squared, and I asked you to find f of negative 7? There you go. All right, now you have to use parentheses. And
So that means 49.
all right, now it is 3 minus 49. What got you on your last test was that we did not use PEMDAS, and we were trying to multiply things before we squared them. And watch how I write my answer. F of negative 7 equals negative 46. Are y'all okay? All right. So, feeling pretty confident so far? Okay. What if I asked you as a definition, what were the x values? The what, Madison? The domain. What if I asked you what the y values were?
The range.
The range. What if I asked you what a set of ordered pairs was? A relation, a set of ordered pairs all grouped together, because we don't know if they're repeating or not repeating. That's a relation. What if I asked you that exactly one x paired with exactly one y? What would that be? A function. Very good. More specifically, what kind of function? A one-to-one function. But at least say the word function, okay? Y'all okay so far in definitions? All right, what if I gave you, let's do linear. There were 3 rules to be linear. Do you remember one?
The variables cannot be multiplied together.
That's standard form. So variables cannot be multiplied together.
But there
Hold
cannot
on. I can't write that fast. Cannot. No variables in the denominator.
And then,
No exponent something.
yeah.
No exponents bigger than
1.
1. Very good. All right, so let's see. What about linear or not linear?
Not
Not linear.
Not linear because it's got an exponent, right? All right, what about this one?
Not linear.
That is not linear because that is a square root function. Remember the square root
Oh.
function was number 13 on your math workshop we just did? It looks like that. That's not linear because that's a curve, right? All right, what about this one? That's linear. Very good. What about that one?
Not
Not
linear.
linear.
Why?
Because the two variables are being
There you go. Two variables multiplied together. So that's not. What about this one?
Yes.
Yes.
Because it's not in the denominator.
What about that one?
No.
No, because the variable's in the denominator, right? Just bring it back to memories, y'all okay? All right. What about standard form? Now, Jared. Huh? What?
The leading coefficient
Leading
cannot
coefficient
There you
has
go.
to be X.
No negative leading.
be no fractions.
No fractions at
At
all.
all.
Okay?
And then they cannot have a greater more than that.
There you go. Has to have a GCF of 1, right? What if I gave you 2x plus 4y equals 10? Is that standard form?
No.
No, what would you do?
5 by
That's
2.
5 by 2.
There you go.
X plus y equals 1.
All right. And when you label A, B, and C, A equals 1.
B 2.
yeah.
And C is 5.
Perfect. All right, what about this one?
You have to divide the negative 1.
There you go. So, 7x plus 15y equals negative 8. Did it get it good, y'all okay? All right, what if I asked you to graph using the x and y intercepts?
Right over line. Like,
No. When you graph using the x and y intercept, what number did you plug in?
oh,
You plugged in 0, right? So if you need the x-intercept, you need x left. So what are you going to plug into 0? The y. Very good. Just bringing back some memories. So be 2x equals 10.
Yeah,
So
so the intercept is 5.
Yep, so you go to the x-axis of 5 and put a dot. All right, y-intercept. I need the y left.
So you change that.
There you go. So the 5y equals 10 and y equals 2. So you go right here to 2 and boom. Y'all okay? Anybody lost? That's it. Y'all okay for the quiz? Okay. That's 2.3 and that'll be on your test next week. Yep. We only have one more section to learn actually until your test. We split up chapter 2. So, y'all okay? You good? All right. So, is that everything cleared off? I think we had a person or two that still had a checkpoint. Let's see. Brinley, Mai, and Brandon. Y'all come look at these real quick. Brinley and Mai, make sure you look at my notes that I put for you on the corrections. And Brandon, you have 1 week to make corrections of your test, okay? When y'all get finished looking at these, just put them in the tray. Alright, so when I call your name, that means you have finished your checkpoint. Oh, let me turn this video off.